Introduction to Cynthia's features. At this time, we'd like to demonstrate some of the wonderful features offered by Cynthia. Features that make it simple and easy to operate, as well as versatile enough to be like a person playing to a live congregation. To begin, we'll show you how easy, fast, and powerful it is to simply play a song using Cynthia. In the process, we hope to show you how extensive Cynthia's music library is and how song playing is accomplished. That is, how song introductions, verses, and endings work with Cynthia, and how adaptive these pre-recorded songs are for use with various instruments, that is, pianos and organs. Also, we will endeavor to show you how much power, flexibility, and control the music minister has, not only by selecting the songs to be played, but the music minister also defines the initial number of verses to play, the pitch or the key of the music, the speed or tempo to be played by the music, and also the audio volume, that is the sound level, of the music as it starts up. And not only that, all these parameters, except for pitch or key, can be changed by the music minister while the song is being played. Later, we will also like to show you how to set up and program Cynthia for use in a service where multiple songs in a predetermined sequence would be played. Along with this, we'll also highlight the use of the infrared controller. Next, for those who would like to record and save their own music, we'll show you how easy and powerful Cynthia is to let you record and save your music into Cynthia's database. Lastly, if all of the above is not enough, we'd like to show you how you can import and then edit and save external MIDI music files, so long as these external MIDI files are compatible with Type 0 MIDI files. Phew! Hopefully, it will be simpler showing you how all of the above works than in explaining it. So, let's get started. First, you'll see on the screen that the basic form or screen for Cynthia came up. Cynthia PC Hymn Player. In this case here, it's version 1.22. On the screen, you'll notice that there are 5 program buttons. One for programming a service, play a service, exiting and recording a song, and playing a song. In our demonstration, to show how simple and easy it is just to play a song, this is what we'll start with. So we'll press the play song button. We could also, and I'll do it with my finger, press it with my finger. Since the PC laptop that I'm using is a touchscreen, then that will work. Okay, what you see come up is a Get Song screen. In order to play a song, of course, the first thing one needs to do is to pick the song out. And so that's what we'll be doing here at first. You'll notice the first thing in this orange screen up here is the music book. And Cynthia has the ability for having multiple books. When you first set up Cynthia, you will tell it which books you want to have, and it will go into its database and will extract all these various books that you specify when you initialize your system. In this case here, I have a Super Catholic book of music and a service book of music, a worship and celebrate, and also a Super Baptist book of music. And so what I'd like to do for demonstration purposes is I will choose the Super Catholic book of music and just click on it. Show it over to the right then is all the music that's in this particular book, and there's quite a bit. In this particular book is around 700 songs or recordings in this book. We could look at this book by title, which is what we're seeing right now, or we could look at it by song tune. And of course, some tunes are used for many different songs. Or we could look at it by the song number if you're organized. And Cynthia has the ability to have song numbers according to certain hymn books. But what we'll do is we'll choose to use title. Okay. And what I'd like to show or demonstrate with is the song, let's say, Blessed Assurance. And so out of the Catholic super Catholic book of music. And so we just move our cursor down to Blessed Assurance, the B's, and we'll find it here. Here we are, Blessed Assurance. Now, there are actually, if you'll notice, 3 different recordings for Blessed Assurance. One of them ends with a B. That means the recording artist, and these are musicians, church musicians who played this music. And when this one was played, it was played so that it would could be heard again on both either a piano or an organ, and it would be fairly well, well played. It would be useful. If, however, you wanted the best performance to come out of an organ type of instrument, which has, less keystrokes than a piano would, then you would choose the recording made specifically for an organ. And likewise, if you wanted to play a piece of music back on a piano or an instrument that has many more notes to it, then you would select the song with the P on it. In this case here, I'll play Blessed Assurance on the organ, so I will choose the organ. Then over here on the side, this is where we actually choose the voice or the instrument. MIDI refers to an instrument as being a voice. And so right there we can see it's set up for a piano, but I want to play this song back as on an organ sound, so I will select organ. And all these voices, when you set up your Cynthia, you will enter the voices that you want to be able to work with. In the bottom down here we have verses and tempo and etc. And we won't worry about these at this point, because when we actually go to play the song, this is when we'll control those particular features. So at this point then we have selected the song we want to play, Blessed Assurance, from this particular book, and on this particular instrument we'll press the select button. Next, what comes up then, since we want to play a song, is the play song screen. And this shows us that we have selected to play Blessed Assurance, the organ version of it. The tune is Assurance. It is on page 662 in our hymn book, or song number 662. And we're set up right now to play 2 verses, and the tempos are set up as -1 and the key is -1, etc. So let's say that we wanted to play 1 verse. Then we could go ahead and change the number down here to 1. Let's say the tempo is right now is set to -1. We wanted to put it to the same tempo as it was when it was recorded. So we can change the speed at which this song will be played right here. I'll move that to a 0. And the key, I'll make that to a -2 just for demonstration purposes. It'll make the pitch of the song as if it was played 2 keys lower on the fingers of the recording artist. And the initial volume level will have it 75% of what it's set to on your PA system or your amplifier. And so now we're ready to play this piece of music. We can just hit it, play it, and by the way, it'll play on the organ. If we wanted to change it to play on the piano or something else, we could. I'll leave it on the organ for right now. And we'll play it. There. And now it's playing. If we wanted to make the audio leveled in real time, we could actually change the audio level in real time. It's a bit fast. I'm going to slow it down, change the tempo in real time. Bring it down -2. See, it slowed it down. I can't change the key once it's starting to play. I could increase the verses, though. I could make it 2 verses if I want. I'll leave it at 1. I'll put it back at 1. See, right now it's playing first verse of this song, and with the organ. And if I wanted to, I could pause it, hit the pause button, and or if I wanted to, then I could hit the continue button when I'm ready to continue the playing of the music. Now we're playing the ending of this song, and these songs have beginnings or introductions and verses and endings, as well as choruses. And there, but usually the endings of a song usually get slower, retarded, or whatever. And so that's why when we record songs with Cynthia, we record them with an introduction, which is always played at the beginning of a song. The introduction gives the melody, and it gives the pitch, and it gives the speed or tempo of the song. so that when the verse actually starts playing, the congregation then knows where to start with it. And the ending is played because oftentimes songs have special endings. And if you have a song with let's say 2 verses on it, if you have an ending to play, the ending will replace the second verse. That's how Cynthia plays this music. So you can have songs with introductions, multiple verses, and proper endings, all for congregational purposes. And so, anyway, this is how a song is selected and played with Cynthia. And so now, as the next demonstration, we will get out of the Play Song screen, and now let's go ahead and take a look for a moment at the Program Service screen. Because oftentimes with churches, we run into a situation where you'll want to have a service and multiple songs. And so Cynthia is set up where we have a Program Service screen as well, where you can have multiple songs that you may want to play in a service. And the idea is that when you play a song in a service and it plays that song, when it finishes playing that song, it will automatically go to the next song. So you're ready for whenever it's time to play that, then you simply hit the play song to play that second song, or third or fourth. And so it steps through the list one at a time for a particular service. Now, when you're setting this list up, let's say we have America the Beautiful here, and we want to put in Blessed Assurance above this. We wanted to add a song to our service and make it the number 2 song. Well, then we could hit the Insert button. And if you do an insert, it will place a song above where we are. If we do a replace, it would replace a song that we have selected. If we did an add, it would add a new song to the bottom of the list. If we did a delete, then it would delete the song that we've highlighted. So in this case, just to show on our list management and control here, we'll go ahead and we'll insert a song above America the Beautiful, and we will insert Blessed Assurance. So we'll hit the Insert button, and I won't go through Blessed Assurance in the selection because we did this just a moment ago, but you would go through the same selection process as you would for finding any songs. In this case here, I'm going to do the Blessed Assurance, and this time I'm going to change it for the piano version of it, and we'll go with that, and we'll select it. So now we have Blessed Assurance, and we got the piano, and I will do 2 verses for it, and we'll make the key down, we'll make the key -2, make it a little bit lower. We'll leave the tempo alone on piano. And so since I'm making a change right now to this, I will go ahead and update that particular entry. In other words, when you have an entry highlighted, you make changes down here, then you update it. And so through these buttons here on the right, you can add and subtract, change your music, any way you want, end up with a good list of music for a service. Then when you're finished with it, you can save it up here for historical purposes in your musical database. Let's say this was a service for Christmas. Then you could save that for Christmas. Then next year, when it's Christmas time, you can find that same music list, bring it back up on the screen, make changes for next year's service, maybe a few other changes, maybe some of the things will remain the same. So you can save music from week to week, a month to month, and go years and years, save all the music that you do on a drop-down list and pick it out going back in time. And this is where you would put in the list, the service name and the date, and that's where you save it up into your database. And then when you're done, you could also print out a list. Hit this print button, and it will then print a list of this particular service on a piece of paper, and then you could use that for the choir or use it for a help aid or reminders for other people to use in the future. So quite a powerful feature where you can program a service with multiple songs, save it in your database, change it, and come and recall it even years later. So that's the Program Church Service capability.